Man City is presently trailing, and I'm looking at different scenarios by 6 points. If Pep Guardiola can find a way, you understand, to get the win this weekend, because they have one match at hand which will be played on April 22nd against Burnley. They will most likely beat Burnley because you know when you are angry and it looks as if Burnley now happens to be the team on your way. Have you seen Man City in that situation before? Because the way they will so beat Burnley. So if they're able to get it done with Burnley at April 22nd, Opta's prediction is saying that if Arsenal is able to win that match, they rise to 98% based on their chances of winning. But because they will definitely need about 10 points from their final 5 matches to even give themselves a chance. So it means that the next couple of matches, they can't even play with it. They don't have that luxury. The way it's going now, if Man City were unbeaten at home in their last 14 Premier League home games, which a lot of people have forgotten, it means that Arsenal will most likely drop to a 69% chance of winning the league if Man City can win it. And Man City increases to 31%. But a draw is also good for Arsenal. Worst case scenario, they will have an 89% chance of the title, while Man City reduces back to 11%. Crespo, what do you think based on all these simulations I'm talking about? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Those predictions they're on point. But again, it's hinged on what Arsenal does against City.
Yeah.
All of the analysis you just churned out has a lot to do with what Arsenal has to do. And if you remember, Iman can also attest to this. We said it all season. The league is for Arsenal, and it depends on how Arsenal decides to position their hands in taking the trophy. If they decide to
Exactly.
go this way, they pick it. If they decide to do this way, they don't pick it. So it's pretty much dependent on Arsenal. Like the prediction also says, if you look at the fixtures Arsenal is going to have, Arsenal is going to face two very tricky ties that even if they defeat Man City, it can affect Man City's zest to go further. But they're going to play Newcastle. Newcastle is always a bottleneck for Arsenal. Even though Arsenal sometimes they always get ahead, but Newcastle is always a problem. They're also going to face a very disciplined Crystal Palace side. So when I looked at their fixtures, the remaining fixtures, those two teams out of the remaining 5 games I will mention, facing Crystal Palace and facing Newcastle, for somebody that wants to go for the title will be a tough one. Adding to the fact that they're still in the Champions League, and like everybody has agreed, the team is quite depleted right now. Even though we thought at the beginning of the season they had the best squad, they had almost every kind of player to replace the starting player, but for some reasons, they seem to be struggling. So for me, the stats are on point, but again, like we said all season, it depends on what Arsenal does. The moment Arsenal decides not to, like I say, position their hand this way, they might not pick the trophy.
Emmanuel, we save the best for last. The man of the moment. Do you have anything to say?
Wow, you guys have said everything there is to say, but just to chip in, I mean, even if Arsenal wins on Sunday, it's still not over, right? It's just I'll say 9 points with, of course, you expect Man City to beat Burnley wherever they play, even if they play it in the moon, you expect Man City to decide. So that's effectively that probably will be 6 points. That's if Arsenal should win the game, right? So the same thing with the kind of games Arsenal has to play: Newcastle, Crystal Palace, even West Ham. West Ham is
Yeah, even with, yeah.
not an easy game. They have a bit of a hope that they can make it through, without still being the league next season. So they're really fighting hard. So those are really tough games to play. Man City too has got to go to Aston Villa, right? At the last match.
Yeah, and Bournemouth. Those are the two teams. But you want to give okay.
Yeah. So those are still two. So they say have. So it's not over, right? Even if Man City or Arsenal win this Sunday, people are saying it's but and I don't really see it as such. There's still a lot to play for. There's still some tough games. It's not really over after this weekend, but whoever wins, of course, is an advantage. If Man City wins, the gap is now very, very much closer. So it becomes a more open field for anyone to take it. But if Arsenal wins, expect Arsenal to go on and win it because 6 points clear is still is a lot of points. But despite that, there's still some tough games to play.